Hello and welcome to episode 3 of Little by Little. We are a community of believers who celebrate the process and not just the prize. My name is Kevin. I'm your host and I'm coming to you from beautiful, sunny Southern California. I know you can't see it, but we have mountains on one side and beach on the other, so it is not a bad setup. In fact, my wife and I have been wondering, why do we still live in Oklahoma? But all joking aside, it has been a really sweet time. We came out here a couple days ago and we're spending a little over a week with my brother, sister-in-law, and their kids, and it's been a really, really sweet time with family. I want to share with you guys something today that I truly believe can change your life, has the power to change your life. And I know that that's kind of a catchy phrase these days, everything can change your life, right? But I believe in this so much because it has changed my own life. And what I want to talk to you about is this idea of setting goals. I think most of us have read a book, listened to a podcast, or heard a teaching about how important it is that we have goals written down, that we are pursuing goals. But if you're anything like I was for the longest time, that feels challenging. It's easy to say, it's easy to hear in a teaching, but it can be difficult to walk out. I know for me, for the longest time, I would write down goals, but I often failed to accomplish them. I didn't really get much further than writing them down. But I realized one day that what I was doing is that I was writing down what I'm going to call outcome goals. And I think that's what the average person does, is we write down outcome goals. An example of an outcome goal would be lose 25 pounds, increase my sales volume by 10% this quarter. There's nothing wrong with those goals. They're just simply outcome goals. And when we do that, we often forget that process produces outcome. Process always produces outcome. It's impossible to get around that equation. So what if instead of writing down outcome goals, we shifted our thinking just a little and we wrote down process goals? This is the technique that I use that helped me lose 30 pounds a couple years ago, and I've kept it off since then. So let's take a goal, for example, losing weight, lose 25 pounds. That's a goal that a lot of us are familiar with. It's a good tangible example. So if that's our desired outcome, a few examples of some process goals could be go to the gym 3 times a week. Add a vegetable at every meal. You see, the beauty is that if we focus on the process, the outcome will take care of itself. Another thing I love about process goals is that process goals give us so much to celebrate. You see, every time you go to the gym 3 times in a week, you have something to celebrate. Every time you eat a vegetable at every meal, you have something to celebrate. And that gives you encouragement and momentum to keep going. You see, outcome goals don't give us that much to celebrate. If your outcome goal is to lose 25 pounds, you don't really have much to celebrate until, in fact, you have lost 25 pounds. And that could be 2, 3, 4 months down the road. And it's really hard to stay encouraged and to have the momentum required to keep going. And so that's the beautiful thing about process goals. It gives us a lot to be encouraged about and a lot to celebrate. So here's the activation. I want you to grab a piece of paper, and at the top, I want you to write desired outcome and then write down whatever that would be for you. Again, maybe it's weight loss, maybe it's in the area of your finances, your job, whatever that would be. And then below that, I want you to write your process goals. What are some steps, practical steps that you could put in your daily and weekly routine, changing your process that's going to help you get to the desired outcome, okay? And I promise you, that as you focus on changing your process, the outcome is going to take care of itself. All right? I hope this was encouraging. I hope changing your thinking just a little bit is going to get you on the right track. Remember that as we press into all that God has for us, that in time, little by little, becomes leaps and bounds. So even the littlest changes are worth celebrating, all right? Hey, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you stopping by. Do me a favor, share this on social media, subscribe to the channel, and we'll talk soon.